Well, Ron, I'm going to say the year was 1985. And the MTA had a symposium, an annual symposium in Monterey, California. And we wanted to do something with an international exposure. And they asked me if I knew of any technicians outside the United States. And I said, I know this gentleman, Hiroshi Okamoto. Mm-hmm. He worked for Nomura Securities.
Yes.
And was a very famous technician in Japan. He agreed to come to the symposium, and he brought many Japanese colleagues with him.
30 Japanese.
30 Japanese
Take
came.
part in your conference.
Yes, there you go. And it was there that Okamoto-san, and he had his board of directors from the Nippon Technical Society and the board of directors from the MTA, and we had a lunch.
Yes.
And after it was over, he said to me, you must start an international organization.
Oh, yeah.
Now, who were the presidents after me? I was the first chairman, you were the first vice chairman.
Yeah. And second chairman is Robin Griffiths.
Robin Griffith in England, yes.
And the third, John Brooks.
John Brooks, yes. And John and I were the two fellows that started MTA in 1970.
And the fourth is Bruno STA.
Bruno STA, I think, is in Switzerland, Geneva?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the fifth is Mr. Okamoto.
And Mr. Okamoto himself, yes, the fifth chairman of IFTA.
At first, 100% fundamental analysis, and gradually diminish the rate, and technical analysis grow. On this moment, 50-50.
So,
Technical 50 and fundamental 50.
yeah, okay. So he sees that spreading out, and now it's, as he said, you get as many technicians as you have fundamentalists. That's interesting. Well, I know IFTA has had its fingers in many pies around the world, so they have grown very nicely. The MTA has its chapters, and we have a couple of chapters in, let's say, places like India. And that's interesting. Again, it's all predicated on the interest in technical analysis. And I can say from the CMT exam, personally, you're having more and more people interested. I think I'm correct in saying this, that 40% of the MTA members live outside the United States. That's interesting.
I think so many countries committed to IFTA, but MTA is of course best, and CMT is wonderful. It is recognized by a country.
Yes, thank you.
SEC, and famous technicians almost belong to MTA.
Well, thank you. Well, it's interesting to get Okamoto-san's perspective, because he's looking from the outside into the MTA, and the compliment is well taken that we in the MTA, the board, they're doing an excellent job of communicating and educating and bringing technical to places that heretofore didn't have it.
And MTA itself is a world organization. Half of a member belong to US, and half is from the
Outside.
other country.
Almost, yes.
So it's an international society, I think. History, we have 400 years. Edo period, 1960, 1600.
Edo period.
Edo period.
Edo, okay.
Already we have technical analysis, 400 years ago. and candlestick and bar chart is from Edo period.
Wow.
So it's very old, but not improved.
Not improved? I guess they just built on the same old basis. And nothing changes, supply and demand
Yeah.
doesn't change. So
Yeah.
400 years ago, there were buyers and sellers, and they ought to say-
Ichimoku-san is Meiji after Edo person, and he is a special person in Japanese history.
Oh.
Ichimoku-san.
And he did what?
He did Ichimoku
Oh, the charts.
balance table.
Oh, yeah. Those are the charts. My personal history actually goes back quite a few years. You really want the whole story? I graduated university with a history degree. I spent 3 years in a Catholic seminary, so I have almost a degree in theology. So history and theology did not prepare me for Wall Street. But when I got to Wall Street, one of the things that I saw immediately was technical analysis. And I did not need a special degree to understand technical analysis. I was very, very lucky. And I've now been teaching technical for 43 years at the New York Institute of Finance. And I was so fortunate I met Alan Shaw, who at Smith Barney. He changed my life. And the rest has been just 50 years of fun. How about your history? How did you start?
Yes, I graduated in 1960 university, and in
He is a very young man, by the
Nomura,
way.
Nomura.
You are a very young man, okay? Okay.
Nomura Security Company, and after that I moved to Nomura Research Institute, and after 10 years go back to Nomura Security again, and next Nomura Investment Trust. So I am rounding Nomura company, and 1996 I retired and established my own company.